What's up, guys?
Another season kicking off here, man. Let's just start out with overall thoughts on the night. What you think of everything?
Well, our first show this year was in Saudi Arabia, so that was the beginning of this year already, right? So we kicked off the show there. It was an amazing show. Saudi Arabia was great, and then we had a couple of shows, Bellator in France, and then the season started. PFL Europe started. So, I mean, busy, but good busy. So this was the beginning of the season, but it was, the beginning of PFL was pretty much kicked off in February. And this is just another continuation of the great work that not only our fighters are doing, but also our staff who is traveling the world, like Tani, for example.
And of course, we have the heavyweights and flyweights on display here. Do you have a little bit of bias with the heavyweights yourself when you're watching as a former one?
Well, see, heavyweights, I always expect heavyweights to finish fights, always. But, as you know, it's not always like that. That being said, I think we had something like 7 finishes tonight, I think. So, the heavyweights showed up and did their thing, and so did the women flyweight. I think we have a interesting and good round 2 when it comes to, the heavyweights and the women flyweight. So I'm excited for round 2.
Did anyone specifically kind of stand out to you? Who impressed you the most from the women and the men?
I thought they all showed up. Trying to think of who really kind of. Yeah, I thought nobody. I mean, listen. Dakota did her thing. I'm pretty sure everybody expected that. And then, of course, the heavyweights did their thing. The Ante and Madashki fight, that was a weird one because Ante came out and looked hungry, but then as soon as the groin, I don't know if it was punched or kicked or whatever it was, but apparently he said he tore his groin. And we saw the change right after that, and the change in his demeanor throughout however much longer it lasted there.
And you mentioned Dakota there, and I'm just kind of curious, when you see somebody like her, obviously already been a big star for you guys amongst the women, what she did in Europe, and now coming in here, finishing all the time, young, great personality. Just how much of a star-like potential do you see in someone when you have all the capabilities that she has?
Yeah, she definitely has that star quality, without a doubt. And now that she's in the global league, we're going to see her get tested more and more, and then that's where we're going to fully understand what kind of star champion she's going to be. You know what I mean? And so I'm excited for her journey. I'm excited to see her. She looked sharp tonight. She looked amazing. I thought Moden might have a little bit more advantage on the ground, but she did amazing there. Scrambled right away, got back to her feet. So, the sky's the limit for her.
And, one of the kind of big things that has been going around on social media right now is people have noticed the improvements in the pacing compared to last season, and I'm just curious, was that a focus that you guys intentionally have put, focus onto because it's been noticeable?
The pacing of the fights?
The event.
The event? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, there are times where, in the past, where I'm sitting there going, let's go. You know what I mean? So, but it's one of these things where, you hurry up and you get going, and then people finish this fight, bing, 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 and then TV time then we got to slow the, show down again. So, but, I mean, obviously we got to get better at that. I think tonight was an evidence of, that slowly heading in the right direction. But yeah, no, I agree with you.
It's going nicely. Last thing for me though, Ray. Liz Carmouche said that she's not sure if she's still the Bellator champion. Can you clear up any of this? Has she been vacated? What's up with the title?
Well, no, she hasn't lost the title yet. She's still the champion. The only difference is now that she is in the season. I don't know if she's going to have time being in the season to defend that title. And then I'm not sure exactly when we would look to have her fight for that, defend her title or vacate it. So to answer your question, she's still the champion.
Would that be possibly interim thing as long as she's in the tournament where you guys?
Yeah, that's very possible. Yep.
Congrats on that.
Obviously, we had women's flyweights and heavyweights tonight, but did it shock you at all that the women seem to be the ones getting the quicker finishes?
For me, a finish is a finish. That being said, we taught these guys, listen, at the fighter meeting yesterday, for example, I laid out the actual format and how the rules are and how important the points are and how important the regular season is, because that's where you earn your points to get to the playoffs and get to the championship. So obviously the women were taking notice of what was said because they came out and really wanted to, go out there and get that 6 points because going into the second round, they already kind of have an idea where they sit. Obviously they still got to win the second round. But yeah, for me, it's always exciting when there's a finish where there's first, second, or third. That being said, you earn more points if you finish in the first round.
Yeah. So how has it been working with some of the new guys that have come over from Bellator?
It's been great. Obviously, as you heard, one of our videos that's live in studio or in the arena, should I say. The season is tough, but it just got tougher because after the Bellator acquisition, that brought over a lot more talent that added to this humongous season. And of course, my phone just rang. Of course. And that's, I think, but in terms of working with them, everybody's been amazing.
So I know you guys for the rest of the year have Bellator events planned out, mostly international. Do you know anything about the future of Bellator beyond this year, or is that something that you guys are going to just kind of play along with as the year goes?
I think, Bellator is going to be around for the next couple of years.
Okay.
And we've gotten feedback from the fans, and we love this champions versus champions event that we have, and that's going to be an annual thing. And so, Bellator will be around for a little while.
I know there was some matchups that fell off of that champs versus champs card. Is there any chance we might see a second one later this year?
Champions versus champions is going to happen once a year.
Okay, just once
Yeah.
a year. All right, thank you.
Right. I know everyone's competing for $1 million, but is there a chance that you could add performance of the night bonuses for some of the fighters?
It's something that I've brought up to the team. I think it's a great idea, but that's still getting thrown around, and at some point, we'll make a decision. But it's been thrown around since last year actually. So, but I agree with you.
Liz Carmouche, great fighter. She fought the same person for the third time. She was able to win all 3 of the fights. What did you make of her performance?
It's one of those fights like, again, when you fight somebody 3 times, you pretty much understand exactly what they're gonna do, within that fight. And now it's either, especially in the third time, it's either gonna go one way, meaning there'll be a fast finish, or it's gonna last the way it did with this one. So the outcome wasn't surprising to me, but Liz Carmouche still, she's still a beast in there.
Now, I know you announced the Connecticut date for the next PFL one. Is there a chance that we can get the other two locations revealed, or we're gonna have to wait for that?
Well, once I know, I'll let you know.
Fair enough. Thank you, Ray.
Sam from Global Fight Talk. First of all, congratulations on another successful event.
Thank you.
Back in Texas. Can you just talk about what it's like to be down here and, what's your favorite part?
Well, first of all, this arena is great. And secondly, the last time we were here, I didn't really get a chance to get out. Obviously everybody's working hard. But last night, Greg and Ed and I went for a walk along the river there, and I had no idea there was a river down there. I had no idea, but it was beautiful. And we ended up going down there for dinner, and that walk was absolutely gorgeous. They need to put more signs out, so we. So.
I don't think it's a them thing.
But no, it was beautiful down there.
Awesome. And obviously, you guys have your own now domestic cross promotion with PFL and Bellator. It's pretty obvious that the UFC isn't interested in competing. Is there any other organization that you guys are possibly in talk with?
Listen, we're talking to everybody, right? But we're good where we are. We're happy with what we have, and but conversations with everybody continues to happen.
All right. And as mildly as I can put it, Dakota and Talia have had a couple of words about each other in their personal interviews.
Yeah.
Is that a matchup that you're looking to make after this event? And is bad blood, stuff like that, something that y'all take into in matchmaking?
That's definitely a fight that I definitely like to put together.
Okay, and can you give me an update on Cyborg? I know she was saying that she wanted another fight, but she couldn't get the fight. What's going on with her?
Didn't she box not long ago?
Yeah, she just scheduled another fight.
Yeah, and I believe that she's scheduled to fight in June, I think. Yeah, it's either June or July, but one of those two.
Yeah.
She'll be on one of our pay-per-view cards, which I believe that's also in Saudi Arabia. So that's as far as I know, unless something changes in the next month or so, but that's where she's slated to fight.
Okay, and then is Francis supposed to be on that card as well?
Correct.
Okay, what's the situation with him? Obviously, his name has grown, even
Right.
with the loss, but still got to be a huge asset for the PFL.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, after that loss, Francis was obviously take some time out, and rightfully so. Right. And so, I assume he'll be getting back to training anytime soon, and he understands that's when we're looking for him to fight again. But again, we'll have to wait and see how he feels and whether it's possible for him to go then, or that gets pushed back a little bit. But we'll wait and see.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it, and thanks again. Congratulations on another successful event.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
All good?
All good.